absolutely deplorable, and you owe me an apology.
How's it going, sir?
You're the pastor here. I'm not the pastor. I might be a saint, but I'm not the pastor of the church. If I was the pastor of the church, if this were my church, I certainly wouldn't have treated you the way that you treated me or anybody else. And don't think that I don't know that this clown over there is on the phone trying to call the cops on me for exercising my First Amendment constitutional right to freedom of speech.
We're not denying that of you, sir.
Which is ridiculous.
We're not denying that of you. You're the one that's out here recording us. We're just trying to be good hosts, but again, you're the one that's being rude.
Can you seriously, with any intellectual honesty, tell me that you were trying to be good hosts? My idea of a good host is not kicking somebody out of my house. If you want to come to my house for dinner, Pastor, with me and my wife, you're more than welcome, okay?
Well, come on in and worship.
Hey,
I've
Raymond,
already tried that, and they kicked me out.
Hold on.
That's a lie.
That is not a lie.
lie.
You're a
Raymond,
liar for
go.
saying that's a
Go.
lie. You see what I'm dealing with, Pastor? You see what I deal with on a daily basis? You see why I call this the apostate church?
Hold on.
Do you see why I have come to the conclusion that this is the apostate church? These are the fools that I deal with on a daily basis. Do you want to know why my channel is called The Sheep Show? That's why.
Sir, first of all, I'm Luke. What's your name?
I'm born again, Luke.
What's your name?
I'm born again.
All right.
That's all you need to know about me.
Well, I just wanted to address
I'm a born again Christian. I'm a believer in Jesus Christ. I'm a follower of his teachings. Unlike somebody.
Okay. So let's walk.
First of all, Luke, who are you and why are you talking to me? Because he's the only person here that's identified himself as a pastor.
Well, I just want to walk through because you were yelling at me earlier.
So what?
For no reason. And I just wanted to know.
I was yelling at you because I was, 25, 50 feet, 100 feet away from you. So if I whispered, I don't think you're going to be able to hear me, Luke. Why don't you stop?
Well, that's what I'm trying to
stop it.
That's what I'm trying to understand.
Just
I want to
stop it.
understand your point of view.
Haven't I just clearly articulated my point?
Well, not really.
I've been talking here.
Well,
for
you've been talking really loud, but you haven't really been making any points.
Do you have a problem with talking really loud?
No, not at all. I just want to understand why you're here.
Excuse me. I've been doing this a long time, okay? And I know that one of the strategies that people use is they try to distract me from what I'm really here to do.
Well, no, that's why I asked you what you're here for.
I asked you for an apology. I didn't get it. Thank you. You're both dismissed. I'm going to go do what I'm going to do.
Okay.
If you want to talk about rude, you ain't seen nothing yet, Pastor.
Well, like I told you, sir, somebody asked.
I haven't dropped one F-bomb yet,
you
Pastor.
can come to our church of worship without the camera because you can't be recording our kids. That's all.
I told you I wasn't interested in filming kids, and I didn't come here to worship. I came to document the church. I came here to document my reception here at the church. I'm already a born-again Christian, Pastor. There's nothing that you're going to tell me.
No one has denied that.
There's nothing that you're going to tell me, Pastor, that I haven't already read in God's Word. I seriously doubt that you're going to teach me anything new. I don't know how old you are, Pastor, but you don't even look like you've been out of diapers very long. I'm going to be 60 years old. I've been around this planet a lot longer than you, Pastor. So I don't know what it is that you feel like you're going to teach me that my God and the Holy Spirit hasn't already taught me. I'm more than welcome to learn something new every day. But based on what I've seen so far, I seriously doubt, Pastor, that you or anybody from this church is going to teach me anything that I don't already know about God, about my Christ, and about His Word.
But that's not the point where we're here, though. We're just here. Why are you here? So recording us.
Pastor, how many times have I told you that I came here to document the church? Let me try to explain it to you in.
But what's your goal in that, though?
Let me try to explain it to you.
Let me take over.
Let me try to simplify it as best as I possibly can. I vlog churches. This is the church. This is Sovereign Way. Christian Church.
Christian Church in Hesperia, California.
In Hesperia. This is a denominational church or a non-denominational church. Sometimes I go on Google reviews and I look at the Google reviews and I talk about what other people have said about your church. But mostly what I come to do is I come to see whether or not you are going to act scripturally or whether or not you're going to act like a saint or like a demon. All right? And basically, I've met a demon over there who's an ex-cop, who, by the way, I need to warn you right now, you need to stop worshiping law enforcement. And don't you for a second think that the deference that you give to law enforcement is not a form of worship. don't you think for a second that the deference that you show to law enforcement is not a form of worship? That man is a person. He is a human being. He is just as fallible as I am. So I absolutely resent and reject your implication that he used to be a former law enforcement officer, so I'm going to take his word for it. He used to be one of the biggest liars on planet Earth because he was a former law enforcement officer. I don't have to know him. Christ knows them. He called them the Pharisees. He called them the temple guards. And there's nothing that happened to me here today that hasn't happened to my Jesus. So I'm in good company, including every single one of the disgusting lies you told about me in there, and that you guys talked about me in there about, this is my channel, this is what I do for a living, this is how I make a living. This obedience to God has ruined me. Nothing good has come of this other than persecution from my government and from my brothers and sisters in Christ like you and like this church. No, this is not what I do for a living. This is what I do for a calling, a higher calling. This is what I do out of obedience to God, to expose people like you and people like him. I knew he was a cop. The minute he jumped out of his car and I didn't immediately bow down to him and he took a step towards me, I knew he was a cop. As soon as he took that first step, I said, cop.
Can I ask you a question? So your sign says apostate church.
That's right.
Why do you believe that we're an apostate church?
He's still unrepentant.
How do you know?
He hasn't apologized to me yet.
For what?
I have a grievance against him. What does the Bible say?
Okay, well...
What does the Bible say? If your brother has something against you, if your brother has something against you, leave your what at the where? Altar.
Sir,
go and what with your brother? Go and reconcile with your brother, and then bring your offering to God. You think this is the first unrepentant, prideful, boastful pastor that I've come across in my 5 years of exposing apostate churches? No, it's not.
Okay. So yeah.
He's not the first pastor that I've come across that is unrepentant.
So again, I ask,
proudfully unrepentant.
What makes this church
again,
an
I ask,
apostate
who
church?
the hell are you?
You realize that yelling isn't productive? I'm trying to have a civil dialogue.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually very curious about what you believe in and why you're making these claims about people that you do not know.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? I'll tell you what, folks. I'm no longer a Christian.
That's obvious.
I'm sorry I believe this lie. This is all a giant, Christianity is all a giant lie, and Jesus Christ is not sinful because he went to the temple and he turned over the tables in the temple, and that wasn't very productive, and it wasn't very Christian-like. So if Christ was a sinner, then I can't be a Christian because he sinned and he couldn't pay the ultimate price for my sin. He couldn't pave the way to God for me because he was a sinner, because he yelled in the temple. Stop with your stupidity. Stop it.
We're good. Thank you, officer.
Stop with your stupidity. Stop it.
We hear you.
So we agree pretty much with everything you said.
Yes.
Aside from you yelling at we're stupid and stupidity, because you still don't understand what we believe in.
Yeah.
But we're trying to come on common ground.
I know.
We want to know what you
Christ,
believe.
And my Christ
we want to know
did the
why
same
you're so
thing when he called
angry.
the Pharisees vipers more than once.
Yeah,
and
broods of
John the
vipers,
Baptist
you are
did the
acting like
same
one.
thing, because I heard somebody say, well, Jesus called them, but John the Baptist called them the same thing. He called them poisonous vipers. He called them hypocrites. He said, unless your righteousness exceeds that of the scribes and the Pharisees, you shall not see the kingdom of heaven. So go ahead, call the police on me, try to hem me up for disturbing the peace when I'm doing nothing but exercising my First Amendment right to freedom of speech and freedom of assembly and freedom of religion.
So no one's calling the police on you.
I don't know.
We're just
Mr. Cop over there was on the phone. What's he calling his mom to come?
Do I have to be disrespectful?
Yeah, there's no reason to be yelling at someone who's not even involved.
Stop projecting.
He's not even involved right now.
Stop projecting.
You just did the exact same thing right now.
Stop projecting.
You just said he's calling his mom right now.
Stop. I said, what is he calling his mom? I said it. It was a question. I said, what is he doing? Calling his mom?
We don't know what he's doing on his phone.
Stop projecting.
But he's not calling the police on you.
I'm not a pastor. This is not my church, okay?
There's nothing wrong with being loud.
I can be as rude as I want standing in this street. Don't you get it, pastor? I'm not a pastor. This is not my church. I can be as rude as I want standing in this street. Obviously, you don't know anything about me, and you don't know how proud my God is of me that I haven't dropped about 57 F-bombs on both of you to this point.
But we've been
because you don't know my history, pastor. You don't know what a great job I'm doing right now. You don't know what an absolute terrific job I am doing right now in holding my tongue.
It's very humble of you to say that.
Yeah. Anyway.
Very humble.
Yeah.
So, like you said, we don't know you. We don't know your history. That's why we're trying to have a civil dialogue.
Yeah.
Like, what do you believe? What do you believe that's different from us that makes us apostate and not what you think is apostate? Is what I want to know. So you're calling us apostate. Explain that.
Who are you?
Well, we don't know who you are. You came to us. So you're making claims about us.
I didn't come to you. What do you mean I came to you?
Okay. Well, you're making claims about this church, and we're asking why.
What did I do?
Where's the proof of those claims?
What's your problem? Why are you so weird? What did I do? I didn't hear you.
I'm just saying, you came and visited us today with your camera and everything. I think it's pretty obvious.
Well,
I think all of us came to this building today.
I came out here and I stood on, actually I came out here and I stood in a public space that I have a lawful right to stand.
Yeah, you do. That's why the police haven't been called.
I didn't go into the church.
Yeah, no one's
until I didn't go into the church.
Well, we've asked you to come in.
I didn't go into the church until someone asked me, invited me into the church. Now, that's not to say that I wouldn't have gone into Christ's church anyways to document. But once I'm asked to leave, of course I would have left because I'm accountable under the law. And the law says that you have the right to trespass somebody from your property. And although I think that's an abomination and a terrible thing to do, and God does not support you in trespassing me from your church, I do recognize that you have the lawful right to trespass me from your church. And that is why when you asked me to leave, as soon as you identified yourself as a pastor, I left your church.
Yeah,
so that I didn't violate the law.
Yeah.
Another thing is I specifically don't go into the church and try to be disruptive. Now, don't try and gaslight me again and try to use this as an example, because at this point, we're past that. I'm talking previously when I came to your church, as I do every other church, I try to be as respectful and as non-disruptive as I possibly can. I don't go into your church and stick my camera in people's faces. I don't go into your church and walk in the front row in front of your pastor. I don't go into your church and exercise a heckler's veto and go inside and sit in your congregation and stand up in the middle of your congregation, which would be very easy to do. I could have just as easily came here today without my camera, without my vest, without my body camera, stood in your congregation, waited for you to get going, and then stood up and started my heckler's veto and started yelling, "This is an apostate church! This is an apostate church!" until you kicked me out of your church, at which point I would have left. I didn't do any of those things. Yeah. I did none of those things.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. I came here simply for what? What is this? The fifth time? The sixth time? I don't know. I've lost count. To vlog the church. To report and to document any church. I told you. You already asked me that question. I told you earlier that I'm running out. Who are you?
I'm a member of this church, and I just want to know, what are you all about? Why do you think we're an apostate church? Just explain. Civil dialogue is very productive.
I think I've been explaining. I think you're annoying.
Well, you haven't explained why we're apostate.
I think you're annoying. I think you're pushing all of the buttons, and I think I'm getting really close to telling you to shut the fuck up.
Well, there you go.
Oh, there's one F-bomb.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. Keep pushing fucking buttons, and you're going to get more. Because that's also freedom of speech.
So we're not denying your freedom of speech. I just want a civil dialogue.
I don't want to have a civil dialogue with you. You're a nobody to me. You're a nothing to me.
Oh, it's very humble of you to say that. Very humble of you.
Sean, it's okay.
He's not listening, man.
It's fine. It's okay.
No, I get it.
You're a nobody.
So
you're a nothing to me. I don't know you from Adam. You're not my priest.
You want to step right here out of the street?
You're not my pastor. Why? So you guys can arrest me for trespassing?
No, because there's cars passing by. I don't want you to get hurt.
Oh, okay. No thanks.
Okay. Well, I offered.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyway, I'm a member of this church, and I would like a civil dialogue.
I've been having a civil dialogue with you.
You haven't been civil for 1 second, sir.
I have, up
You-
until
you-
a couple of
well,
minutes
you've been
ago
yelling
when I
and
told you to shut
screaming.
the fuck up or whatever the hell that is
Well,
that I told you to do.
yelling isn't
I don't
civil.
want to. Excuse me?
Yelling isn't civil dialogue. Talking over people isn't civil dialogue. So we're trying to have a respectful conversation with you. That's all.
Well,
And find out why you're making these claims about our church, and if you can
I
explain
think
them.
I've been telling you.
If you can
I
explain
think
them,
I've
we
been
can either
explaining
debunk.
to some rando why I've been making these claims against
member
your
of this church.
since I got here. Who cares if you're a member of the church? I'm a member of the body of Christ.
Okay.
Who cares? You're
From-
my brother.
from what we-
Sometimes brothers have beef. I'm beefing with you right now.
I'm not.
Because you're pissing me off. Because you won't shut the fuck up and let me have my conversation with the pastor who's the authority of the church.
So what do you want to talk
He's not
with
the
me
authority.
then? So what is it they want to talk with me then? Sir.
I want to tell you that you ought to change the way that you behave with people that come to your church.
In what way do I need to change?
And I'm less concerned.
If my ass, sir.
He just talked over me. I'm less concerned.
All right.
Again, I'm less concerned with how you treated me than I am with how you would treat a non-believer that may come to your church
All right.
and do something that maybe you find concerning or that maybe you find suspicious. You know, a homeless person, maybe he's got an odor to him. Maybe his odor's a little bit offensive. I'm more concerned about how you're going to treat that homeless man. Or maybe somebody who's had a bad experience with the church and wants nothing to do with Christianity or the church. And this is or let me give you a better example. Maybe I'm more concerned about the veteran that went to High Desert Church in the city of Victorville because he was feeling suicidal. And he thought that by going to High Desert Church in the city of Victorville, he would be able to get closer to and make a connection with God. And that he might be able to find something in his life that had been missing his whole life, that he had been searching for, that had led to his current state of depression and his current desire to commit suicide.
Yeah.
And instead of finding love and grace at that church, he found a member of their security team who thought because church was not in session at that moment in time, because there were no services at that moment in time, it was suspicious that he went to their parking lot. And it wasn't good enough for them to kick him out of their church parking lot, which he left and went across the street and parked in the park across the street to gather his thoughts and to ponder what had just happened and why he was just rejected from this so-called loving, accepting God. But that wasn't good enough for High Desert Church in the city of Victorville. They had to call the cops on him and tell him that he's parked across the street. And so the cops went over there and started harassing him, pulling him out of the car, a veteran of the United States of America Armed Forces who was feeling suicidal. Did he kill himself that night or did he not? We'll never know. We'll never know.